I'm always on a mission to find great produce grown and produced in Sussex, and today is no exception. I found Ki from Kefir, and I'm going to make some delicious flatbreads.
Hi, Philippa.
Hi, Sam.
How are you?
Hi. Good. I'm so looking forward to trying your Kefir.
Perfect.
I've got a fantastic recipe.
What are you making today?
Flatbreads.
Nice. And you're going to use the kefir in the flatbread?
Yep, absolutely.
Perfect. So, I mean, you've used it in different recipes prior to, but it's a great thing to use in baking because you get a really nice texture and taste because the kefir is quite tart, as you know. So it's a really great thing to add into anything that's baked. Especially the texture, so you get quite a moist texture, so I'm sure it'll be great in the flatbreads.
Brilliant.
Great.
Oh, thank you so much. Anyway, do you want to come into the kitchen?
Yeah, cool, let's go.
And then I'll show you what to do. So today we're going to go and make these delicious flatbreads using your kefir. And it's the most easiest bread, so if you've never made bread before, I would always start with these flatbreads.
Okay.
There's only 3 ingredients. Kefir or natural yogurt, and self-raising flour.
Okay.
And I've got some delicious flour from Shipton Mill.
Perfect.
So I quite like making a combination of wholemeal flour and self-raising flour as well, just to add that extra nutrition.
Okay.
So we got a mixture of half and half.
Yeah.
So there's 150 grams of flour in here.
Okay.
There's 150 grams of yogurt or kefir.
That's easy. 150.
Yep. And then half a teaspoon of baking powder.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit of raising agent.
Okay.
And a bit of salt, sea salt, about half a teaspoon.
Okay.
And then I add a little bit of a twist and put some caraway seeds in it.
Do they add a certain taste or?
Yeah, I just like that savouriness, so aniseedy.
Nice, okay.
And it will go really well with our lamb that I'm going to griddle and put on top of the...
Beautiful.
So I put a few of those in.
Okay.
And then with a table knife, just literally stir it, add enough kefir to make a really good dough.
Okay.
So it's not too sticky and obviously not too dry. So just to get enough to make it a little bit more there.
Okay. I guess it's better to do bit by bit till you get the right.
Yes, because if you're going to use 100% wholemeal, which you can do, it will probably take a little bit more liquid.
I see, okay.
And then, but look, can you see it's almost coming together now?
Yeah.
It was only by chance that when I was talking to Hook and Son's daughter, Liz, who makes the most delicious, fantastic cakes and is a great cook, she told me she made these flatbreads with yogurt. So I thought, oh my goodness, I'll make these flatbreads with your kefir.
Genius.
So, and try it, and it's a triumph in our family.
Yeah.
It's gone really well. Look, can you see? That's come together perfectly.
Okay. So you want it as one piece?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we're going to roll them out. So we're going to get our flour your working top so that they don't stick. Give you a bit of flour.
Thank you. I'm going to have a go.
So this amount, 150 grams of flour, will take about 6 flatbreads.
Okay.
So
if it's just me and I didn't want to have 6, as much as I probably could eat 6, and I'd just half everything, obviously.
Yes, yeah.
Do 3. Okay.
But they do freeze really well.
Oh, okay.
So you can make a load and then put them in the freezer.
Okay. Nice.
So just literally use my dough scraper.
Okay. If I don't have one of those, because I don't really bake, can I just... Okay.
One of these.
Fine.
Or just roughly measure.
Yeah.
But this is a bit of fun.
Okay.
This is really easy to do, and it's a great bread to start with.
Okay.
So look, I'll just show you.
Foolproof for a beginner like me.
Yes.
Okay.
And it doesn't need many ingredients, no yeast, just a little bit of baking agent and your kefir. And then just roll them out. And again, they don't have to be completely round. I quite like the... Yes, I think that's more fun, more homely.
Yeah.
So just roll them out to a roundish shape. And then you'll cook them on a hot plate. Now we have got this fantastic Essie cooker with the hot plate, which is just perfect.
And can you do it if you don't have a hot plate? Would you just do it in a frying pan?
Yes, yeah. Okay. A hot, not smoking hot, but about medium to hot pan. Yeah.
And no oil or?
Nope.
Okay. Wow.
No oil at all. Okay. And then you would, if you want to, you can add a brush of butter once they're cooked.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll let Sam do.
I can make kefir, but I don't know about bread. So roll straight.
Okay, so just knead a little bit, just to that's it, just to make it smooth.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. And then just roll it out. And then just turn the dough. That's it. Brilliant. So how do you make the kefir? Because it's got that lovely acidity to it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess with baking as well, that's a really nice thing to add a bit of taste to something. But we make it using cow's milk. So you mentioned Hook and Son. We use Hook and Son, a local dairy. We use their milk. It is pasteurised, but they obviously do raw as well. And so we make it with living cultures, and it's in a glass jar. We do it very small batch, so it's like handmade really, and it ferments over a period of time, and it basically changes from a milk to a kefir. And when it's fermented, it's got a lot of living bacteria in it, so it becomes a living food.
So it's really good for
your gut, exactly. So
and immune system.
Exactly. So I think 70% of your immune system is in your gut, and it's responsible for so many other things, skin and your digestive health mainly. So if you struggle with things like IBS and things like that, mine's definitely not round. It's a bit like a pear.
That's great. So that can go straight onto the hot plate.
Okay.
Do you want to put yours on?
Da, 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 da.
So you don't need to put any grease, and then put the lid down.
Okay.
And it will just take about a minute, and then flip it over, and then it'll do another minute. And that's it.
If you're doing it in a pan, obviously you don't put the lid down, you would just leave it on one side, let it cook,
yes.
and then flip it over.
Exactly.
Okay. Nice.
So we'll carry on.
We'll keep doing it. So yeah, kefir, you can drink it as it is, and you can put it into baked goods, but you've made numerous different things with it, haven't you?
In the summer I made the most delicious ice cream.
You did. I got to try it. It was really nice.
With some lovely summer berries.
Yeah.
Michael, my husband, he loves having it on his porridge in the morning.
Yeah. It's great to have on its own, but it's not everyone's, because although you've changed, but you've not loved a lot of people don't love the taste of kefir, so it's not everybody's cup of tea to have it just natural. So I think to add it into things and experiment doing things with it is a really good way of still incorporating it into your diet, but maybe just changing the taste slightly. And do you go for a certain thickness or?
The thinner the better.
Thinner, okay.
There, look, fantastic.
Okay, nice.
It's all finished.
That's it?
Yep.
Okay.
So flip it off, and then the next one. I mean, these are just such fun, to do, and as I say, you don't have to wait. You've got all the ingredients.
Yeah.
And they could be gluten free as well.
Yeah.
I know some people can't have gluten, so that you can have gluten, but just make sure you put some baking powder in.
If you use gluten free.
Yeah, they will. I mean, try and use self-raising flour, or if not, just plain gluten free. But obviously, make sure you put the baking soda in.
Okay. And so you topped it with, you said, the lamb
Oh yes, I'm going to just fancy having some lamb from our farm. I'm just going to pan fry that really simply and then put some lovely roasted vegetables with it as well.
Okay, and then just eat it up and I guess like that.
Yeah, roll it up.
Nice.
And maybe drizzle some of your...
Yeah, I was just about to say, because it goes so well, people use it to marinate meat and things.
Absolutely.
Because it's quite a yogurty taste, because of the tartness. I think it goes really well with lamb, because you use the kind of, you know, it's quite a common flavour, yogurty sort of flavours with lamb. So a little drizzle over the top.
And some lovely fresh mint from the garden.
Yeah, perfect.
Delicious.
You can also make, we've made in the past tzatziki, which is again something great to go with. It goes nice with the flatbreads actually, and you could just dip them in with the lamb. So that's
brilliant.
Another,
Look at that.
Oh wow, they're going.
So these are like wraps as well. I mean,
I was just thinking you could.
Yeah, absolutely. Fajitas or anything, instead of a sandwich.
Yeah.
You can just have these.
Yeah.
So you don't need to go down to the shops. You can just literally roll these out.
It's my first steps into the world of
look.
baking.
I'm getting so hungry.
Me too. Sounds good.
So the best topping that we love in our house is to use our own grass-fed lamb,
which is delicious.
Yep, and we're going to. I just spiced it a little bit.
With what spice?
Ras hanout. So it's got sort of, there's lovely Middle Eastern spices. Okay. And then also I've got some peppers and some red onion.
Okay.
So I'm going to fry those. Really quickly, and then we're going to top our flatbreads.
Nice, okay.
So get your pan really, really smoking hot.
Okay.
As again, or if you're cooking outside, you could just use your barbecue, and that will work out really well. A little bit of oil in, and then literally throw everything together. Love the sound it makes.
Yeah.
The cut I've used for the lamb is a really lovely tender piece, so it's got the fillet, or you could use the leg. I wouldn't use the shoulder of lamb, so best to ask the body parts.
Yeah, when you were cutting it, it seemed quite like an easy piece to use because
it's really tender.
Yeah.
And we're just going to quickly fry it.
Oh, it's nice gorgeous.
And it just goes so well with these flatbreads.
Yeah.
So take it off the heat.
Okay.
And then literally get your flatbreads. I bet you can't wait to try it.
Okay.
I've just picked some mint from the garden, fresh, and I'm going to add that to the. Just top that. So what I'll do, top it up with this delicious meat and vegetables,
And that's watering.
and then top it with the fresh mint.
Yeah.
And then what I love to do is to finish it off with your kefir.
Yeah, I imagine that'll be a real nice combination of flavours, the mint, the lamb and the kefir.
Absolutely, it's delicious. Anyway, there you are. Enjoy. And thank you so much for producing a wonderful product.
Thank you for experimenting and creating some amazing foods.
My pleasure.